This is a Tesla Model Y, one of the smartest cars on the planet. This is a garage door. Well, you know, it's a garage door. And this is a garage door opener that you press to literally just open your garage. Strangely enough, this doesn't come with the capability of doing that. Well, to make your Tesla be able to do that, you have to purchase an extra upgrade HomeLink install kit. There's a lot of mixed reviews on whether or not this even works or not, including our own review. So today, we're gonna take a look at whether or not this thing even works or not, and whether it's worth your money.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel.
As you guys know, the Tesla Model Y and Model 3 don't come with the ability to open up your garage door, which still just astounds me that you have
1, 2, 3 buttons.
No, you have a vehicle that's so smart and technologically advanced, and it doesn't come standard with HomeLink. I just don't get it. Shortly after we got our Model Y, we had HomeLink installed. We purchased the upgrade kit. We had Tesla Home Service come out, they installed it. We quickly discovered that it didn't really work as advertised.
It didn't work a lot.
Yeah, and we were kind of frustrated by it. You guys have been asking for an update and whether or not our HomeLink is still acting that way or whether we found a way to get it to work. So we figured we would do an update video for you guys on how our HomeLink experience has been and whether or not it's worth the cost of doing it. As of filming this video, the HomeLink cost is $350, which is actually a little bit cheaper than it was when we did it. When we did it, it was $400. Now, I will say, the one thing I do give Tesla credit for, that $350 not only includes the HomeLink kit, but it also includes the install. Right. Tesla Home Service.
And the installs at your house.
Right. Tesla Home Service will come right out. They'll install it for you right in your driveway, and that's all wrapped into that price. So that's kind of convenient. I will say that. It should still come with the car. You shouldn't need to do that still, but all right, so why don't we hop in and just show you guys how our HomeLink is doing. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's just show you. When you first get your Tesla or when you purchase HomeLink and it gets delivered to your house, you call Tesla or you go on the app, you schedule the home service delivery guy to come out. Once it's set up, you then go in and you program where exactly your car sits, and it gets a GPS coordinate for the exact spot that your car sits in your driveway. Now, what we quickly found out is that there's actually a flaw in the way that HomeLink is designed on Tesla. So we typically back up into our driveway. That's just kind of how we park our cars.
I know, I'm crazy, and I do like to back into my driveway so that I can pull out, because I can always see what I'm backing into when I pull into the driveway, but when I back out of the driveway, there could be somebody walking. Yeah. What
we quickly found out in that first video after we had HomeLink installed is when we would back into the parking spot, it never really picked up when we got to the GPS coordinate that we set as our home base, and it would never open up the door. Same thing when we pulled away. When we pulled away from the parking spot, it never really did it automatically. We actually had Tesla Home Service out very recently, and we asked them about this issue and is there any way to solve it or what's kind of going on. And we found out that this is actually a common issue with the Tesla HomeLink service, that it works great if you pull forward into your parking spot. That this is a common problem for all those people that back into parking spots. It won't detect it. Now, he said there are some kind of tricks that you can do. You can mess with some of the settings in there, so you can set it so you can increase the amount of feet from the spot and things like that, but it's still going to be kind of hit and miss. As of the latest V11 software update, HomeLink now just appears on the bottom under your car's avatar. And it just gives you like a button that you can press if you want to do it manually.
But if you need to adjust any of your settings, when you go into your main board, up here is your HomeLinks. If you click that, then you can go into HomeLink settings, and this is where they're going to help you set it up the first time, but ours is already set up, so we can go to our home garage, and this is where you can adjust. Do you want it to auto open when you're 80 feet, less, higher, auto close when leaving, and you can program it to be exactly what you want when you pull in or out of your driveway.
You can also add other HomeLink options. I think you can add up to 3 devices that you can program. So like if you have a 3-car garage and each each garage door opener is on a different signal for the clicker. You can set up 3 different ones, or you can set up, like if you have a gate out front, if you live in a gated community, you can set up a gate. So this is kind of what we're talking about. Now, the Tesla home service mechanic told us that sometimes if you mess with this and you increase the number of feet from when it detects your parking spot to activate, that will sometimes fix the problem. So we have it pretty much maxed all the way up to 80 feet. We've tried each one, and we have the same issues every single time. So essentially, once you put it in drive and we go out, it should open, right?
Yes, that is what should happen. That is not what happens.
We're in drive.
And that auto open doesn't show up on our screen when I put it in drive.
So let's go forward. And there's the garage door. Nothing's happening. Look at the screen. Still nothing. Still nothing. Go ahead, out of the driveway. And, well, that was a big fat bust, because if we look over here, you can see our garage door. Well, our garage door is still closed, so obviously that didn't work. So now let's try backing in. Hey, we're home. We just got back from a trip. Backing in. There's the garage door. And, well, bupkis. It didn't do anything.
That's because we didn't do the magic trick.
There is a trick that we have learned to get it to do it.
I back in, I put it in drive, and then hit park, and it'll open the door every time.
So we're just arriving back to now.
It does recognize that I'm in front of my house because of where we have it set. So it says it's going to auto open in 30 feet.
So let's see if it does. Now you guys just saw it didn't do it before. It still says auto open in 30 feet. It hasn't detected that we are much closer.
And that's because we're not driving forward. But if I go from reverse and I just hit drive, it'll open it every single time.
And
it has to be in forward motion.
It wouldn't detect that we're in our parking spot while we were in reverse. The only way to get it to auto open was she had to put it in drive for it to detect it. That's crazy to me.
No, but it is, because we're the dopes that don't do it the normal way.
I wouldn't say it's the normal way. Drop a comment down below and let us know. Do you park in your driveway or garage by backing into it, or do you pull straight into it when you get back? If you have a driveway, do you pull in forward or do you back in?
Also back in, or I do pull forward. I like to be forward facing when I leave a parking spot.
It's completely different in a parking lot.
It's not.
It is. It's completely different. A parking lot is different than a driveway.
They are different in a way, but I like to be able to pull forward when I leave somewhere.
I think it's much different. Let us know in the comments down below whether you pull in forward to your driveway or whether you back in. I think it's much more split than what you think.
So now I am getting in my car and I'm leaving for work or wherever I'm going for the day, and I want my garage to close. If I was to just hit forward, it will not do anything. I'd put it in drive. The auto close doesn't come up because, again, when you are leaving your house, it wants you to be backing out of your driveway, because I think that we're going to find that the majority, more than 50%, probably do that way. But this is one of those things. This one is not as consistent as when I come home from work. When I come home from work, I can always put it in drive and it will always open or close the door.
In short, we have a trick that we can use for when we get home to get it to open. Alternatively, we could just hit the button on the screen too. So we could do either. But if we wanted to auto open, we just have to shift into drive before park, and that'll auto open the garage. When we leave though, there is no trick.
So sometimes it does work, but that is not consistent. So I always, when I leave, listen for the chime and pay attention. And if not, I just hit the button to close it.
How often would you say it actually works?
Oh, it works when I don't want the door to close because the kids are out front playing. That's when it works.
Always.
But I mean, probably about 50% of the time. And I haven't figured out the true trick for why it does or doesn't all the time. But I can tell you, pulling in the driveway every single time, it will work if you put it in drive.
Just to show people that this isn't like a bad unit we have and this is just crazy, why don't we reset, drive around the block again, and this time pull in forward like what you say the majority of the people do, and let's see what happens if we pull in like a normal person, according to Michelle. We just pull in forward. All right, so now we're coming back up to our house, and Michelle's just gonna pull in forward, and then see what happens.
The auto open pops
Yep.
up.
We got auto open again, but it did that the last time too. Driving
Yeah, but it
forward.
doesn't go away, and it keeps going down, unlike the
Driving
last
forward,
time
and
chime happened.
boom, the chime happened, and now the door's opening. All right, so that works. Obviously, you saw it works like a charm if you pull in forward. So we had no problems there.
Right.
Okay, now let's pretend like we're leaving. Oh, by the way, Dodger and Emma, they say hi.
Hi there.
Dodger's looking like, hey, I want to be in this video.
No.
Let's pop it in reverse and see what happens when you leave.
As soon as I put it in reverse, it recognizes it. That auto close comes up, so I know that it is going to work while I stay in reverse.
All right, we're backing up. Let's see what happens. There's the chime. And there's the garage door closing automatically. There you have it. It works fine if you pull in forward and back up out of your driveway when you go to leave. But if you back into your driveway, well, yeah, it's not gonna work. Our neighbors must think we're crazy right now. We're just kind of driving in and out of our driveway. There you have it. I think it's safe to say it all depends on how you park in your driveway as to whether or not I think it's worth it, right?
I still think it's worth it.
Really?
I don't like the little thing that goes on the visor.
You don't like the aesthetics of it?
Yeah, and it's right there on the screen, so it's super easy for me to use. We have a visitor.
Always a visitor. Would you say it's worth $350?
I think in the grand scheme of things, for all the other accessories that you decided to buy, this would be an accessory that is worth it to me. I think it's a matter of preference.
I don't think it's worth $350. First of all, I think the car should come with it. It's a $67,000 car.
Wasn't your question. That wasn't your question.
I think it's a $67,000 vehicle. It should have it already. It shouldn't be an upgrade you have to make. But if you do have to upgrade and spend $350 on it, I don't know if I think it's worth it. I think to save $350, I would probably do it, but it wouldn't bother me. Obviously, it does bother you, so that's fine. It's a to each their own type of situation. I am disappointed, though, that it doesn't work the way that it's supposed to. That it's so designed on the gear that you're in when you back into the driveway, as opposed to just truly recognizing the GPS spot where you are. And I think that that's a little bit of a flaw. Tesla, why can't we fix that? If anybody from Tesla's watching this, maybe can we get somebody working on this and get a little software push to get that fixed? Because that seems like it's kind of crazy to me. The short answer of this whole video is, if you're a person that backs into your driveway, you're gonna have to push the button on the screen more times than not. So at that point, do you want to spend $350 to push the button and get rid of the clicker, or do you want to save your money and just use your clicker? If you're somebody who pulls into your driveway forward, well, it's going to work as advertised. It'll be awesome. And if we were those type of people, I probably would spend the $350 because then it just works automatically. That's the genius of tech, right?
So in 10 years, when our kids' stuff is out of the garage, you would want it.
There you go. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found this video helpful at all, make sure to smash that like button, guys. Believe it or not, guys, that like button really helps to spread the word of these videos on YouTube.
And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. That way you don't miss the next videos coming out, and you can go back and watch any of our other videos.
That's right. As always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in another one real soon.